black screen of death. Oh god.
If you can see behind me, the streets are in absolute chaos.
That's normal for New York, dude.
Authorities are doing everything they can to quell the panic and maintain order. It is madness.
Oh,
out here.
hey!
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, star of the popular children's television show, is on a rampage. This is not the Stay Puft we've come to love.
Stay Puft I've come to know and love is much shorter than this.
It's damaged. I've got to fix it or we won't stand a chance.
So, yeah, in case you can't tell, the boss for this level is going to be Stay Puft.
Good strategy.
But we're not fighting him right now.
It's a lot of open ground to do.
Tiny jiggle feet.
Alright, sport. Looks like it's me and you.
I was about to ask about that, yeah.
Go across Times Square and get into the building Stay Puft is so interested in. You guys keep him off us. If
Yep,
think
you can blast him now, but it won't do anything at all except piss him off.
He looks so happy, though.
Yeah.
It's the most adorable apocalypse ever.
Keep away from those feet. He'll stomp you into jelly. Nice boson. That really dinged him. Great job. Now, see if
So
he
yeah,
wants
he'll rip off
more.
parts of himself and throw them at you, and then eventually they'll turn into the little marshmallow dog things. The marshmallow dog things, I don't remember if we've mentioned this or not, but they're really easy to kill now that we've got the boson dart. They'll just go down in one shot.
I like that they've accurately represented just how many damn taxis are in Times Square at any one time.
Yeah, the ratio for taxis in New York is like, for every, it's like 1/3 of the cars in New York are taxis.
It's a big sea of yellow.
Are you getting coffee? Beckman's getting coffee.
And in a little while, I tried drawing a happy smiley face in Stay Puft. It doesn't work.
I forgot that Venkman actually goes and gets coffee during this
Yep.
part. That's great.
Yup.
Oh, Venkman.
Venkman gives no shits.
Aim at his crotch. That might do something.
I do shoot a couple bosons at his crotch a couple times.
He's got a whole bunch of fat protecting his gut, but his groin is vulnerable.
I think it's around here where I start trying to draw the smiley face. It doesn't work. You can't do enough damage fast enough to have it stick around.
God, the marshmallow dogs just look delicious.
Yeah. I like the fact that when he throws it, it's just a glob with teeth at you. When he throws it at you, it's just a glob of teeth.
Oh, fun fact. In the movie, they actually used Barbasol to replicate the marshmallow foam.
Oh.
Yeah, so when, God, I can't remember his name. Dickless gets hit to the end with all that. That's a bunch of Barbasol.
Huh.
It's okay, Ghostbusters. Just a level 5 thought form cross rip. The professionals are
Figured
here.
it wasn't actual marshmallow.
Make no sudden
Nah,
movements.
no, it wouldn't be actual marshmallow.
That
That would be... Can you
That was-
imagine trying to get that out of your hair?
no. That's why I was like, God damn. That is actual marshmallow. That must
He didn't
suck.
find what he was
Now, so
looking for
marshmallow
on
wouldn't have that
Come on.
consistency unless they actually
That
melted
red
it.
phone right here, that red phone, is a cursed artifact.
The one that's floating?
Yep. It wasn't floating when you first see it, so...
Yeah. But if they actually used marshmallow heated to the point to get that consistency, it'd be second degree burns, possibly third,
Yeah.
all over his body.
Yeah. Oh, I love this part.
All full, going up. He just passed gas. Catch the next one.
Relax, sir. We handle foul vapors all the time.
Ba-dum-dum.
I'm sorry, but I just love fart jokes.
Don't mind our nuclear devices staring you right in the face. At they're at crotch level too. That's great.
They are.
It's getting blasted with radiation right in the dick.
You're right. I secretly knew our lives would be in danger and thought, hey, I'll make sure I trap Mark.
Office politics. This is still funnier than The Office, though.
Excuse us.
By the way, you're sterile.
Just thought you should know.
Stay with me,
I'm
Hans.
sure it's no great
Sure there's
loss,
more
though.
fun up ahead. Oh, I missed them.
There are a couple times where I'll try to rush in front of Ray and zap the women as they're running by to see if anything happens. Nothing happens.
Yep.
Oh,
Actually,
I'm
first time I
thirsty.
played this, I didn't see the ghost and thought it was actually them shooting at the women.
I was
It's like,
thirsty.
what the hell, Ray?
Scan.
What the hell?
I was thirsty there. I should. I think there's only like 1 or 2 more fountains left, so I'll explain what the fountains are for.
Drinking.
Well, yeah, but they're for something in this game.
Refreshment.
Yes, exactly.
The blue meter is
And
the
something
refreshment
else.
meter.
Uh-oh. No sudden movements.
Oh God.
Spins around. What?
What?
Sure got quiet all of a sudden.
They're in the air vents! Oh God!
They're in the vents.
They're coming out of the goddamn walls!
2 meters! That means they're right on top of us!
God, I missed the opportunity to do that. God damn it. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
angry at myself all night.
But yeah, this is just a big old battle with a bunch of marshmallow monsters. This is also another really terrible room if you're trying to go for
It's on your left.
nice shooting techs, because there's a lot of breakable stuff in this room, and some of it's pretty expensive. It's still not as bad as in the streets of Times Square, though. Also, that glowing green thing right in the middle there, that's the cursed artifact. I'll get it when I'm done dealing with these bastards.
When the physics engines go bad.
Yeah, at first this fight's really boring, and it never stops being really boring because it's just nothing but the marshmallow dudes all the time, so you just keep throwing boson darts at them.
Anyway, guess that takes care of all of Stay Puft's little critters.
Yep. There's 1 more in this level I think we have to get. Yeah, 1 more.
Good shooting.
They were just waiting on the other side of the door.
They were!
Like, okay. When they try to come through the door, we're gonna jump on them and they're gonna scare the shit out of them. It's gonna be great. We're all gonna die, but we're at least have one good laugh before then.
It sounds like every D&D character I've ever played. We're gonna die horribly, but it's gonna be great and hilarious,
Chunks of
so
the building
let's do
missing
it.
everywhere. You are required at the site now.
So happy to be in demand, but these sugar balls have got me nailed
And
down.
we still can't
I
damage
get
Stay
past
Puft.
them. They're
And the
disgusting,
last cursed artifact's
and
right
they're
there.
unhealthy.
Did I mention there's
It's a big old painting.
spectacularly beautiful lady in distress?
I'll be right there.
Thank man.
Oh, that Venkman.
Showtime.
No! Somebody help me!
Ghostbusters have no idea how to deal with this. They think they're screwed. Suddenly, out of the darkness arrives an incredibly fat man with a pack of graham crackers and a chocolate bar in each hand.
Yeah, there's a couple gargoyles coming our way. Actually, I don't think the gargoyles ever reach it over here. I think they're too
There's
busy
one.
dealing with the news chopper. No, I don't think they ever come close enough for you to do anything with them.
Wow, check it out, kid. What a view, huh? Manhattan. I love it.
Shame it gets destroyed like weekly.
Yeah.
Nothing
You
to
would
worry
think
about, folks.
that according to movies it would be like the most dangerous place ever to live, and actually Manhattan's not too bad.
It's okay. Dr. Venkman has you. You're fine now.
You
God
didn't spill your coffee, did you, Peter?
damn, Ray. Just
Ray, I got coffee for all of us. But the little monster spilled it. And what's the story with those things anyway?
I think Venkman's going through puberty again.
What?
His voice is kind of
Was that
squeaky.
a manifestation of ghosts?
Yeah, probably. It just made me. Could be.
That's the one thing
Would you
I
like
don't
to
like
take the
about this
most
game, is that
liquid out of
about
here?
half of
Seeing
Venkman's
through
lines
this
sound like they're phoned in.
There's a stairwell over here.
Venkman, turn the
Let's go.
swag off for 2 seconds, man.
Yeah, grace under pressure. I appreciate it.
Funny story. We're recording this the day
Okay,
after
Slugger,
Groundhog
let's
Day,
do this
and I
quick
just
and quiet.
rewatched that
Tubby
movie.
soft squeeze out there.
yesterday.
Is that what we're up to?
Everyone in the Western world does that.
I think
Yep.
Stubby Soft Squeeze has dog ears,
At least
Ray.
anybody with any common sense or, you know, ear for comedy.
We're not getting out of here that
I think
way.
everybody in the
Well,
Western
it was
world
a good
watches
plan for
that.
a second.
Okay, let's think. What did people do before stairs?
This isn't a Ghostbusters fact, but
We
it
go
is a
up
Groundhog Day
the roof.
fact. Supposedly, Bill Murray's character relived that one day for 10,000 years.
You're kidding.
No, because remember he goes around and learns everybody's life story in the town, and then becomes like a concert class pianist, and learns how to ice sculpt and everything. Yeah, 10,000 years, bud.
How was he not actually literally insane by the end of the movie then?
Not much longer.
It's a movie. That's all I can say.
That way.
I mean, I'm just reminded of Stephen King's short story called The Jaunt,
Let's go.
where basically it's like teleportation, but you have to be asleep while you teleport. And the whole deal with that is that if you're awake while it takes like 2 seconds in real time, but mentally it takes 10,000 years or something. And
Wow.
so at the end of it, if you're not asleep, you come out absolutely, totally insane.
Huh.
I mean, I've just spoiled that story for anyone who hasn't read it, but I don't give a fuck. It's like 20 years, it's more than 20 years old at this point, I don't care.
Yep, we're finally fighting things other than the marshmallow monsters. So, here's a Ghostbusters fact. Back in the days when the Ghostbusters cartoon show was super popular, they had a drink called Ecto Cooler, which they, for some reason, discontinued and never brought back under some different name. It was super delicious, and to this day, I don't know why they just don't bring it back officially. However, you can go on GhostbustersChicagoDivision.com and look up a recipe for a homemade Ecto Cooler, which is damn close to the real thing. I'll link the recipe in the thread.
30 years, more than 30 years. I just looked up how old the story was. So you basically got no excuse.
I've never actually read any Stephen King books. Like, because typically when it comes to authors, there's a few people that I tend to trust, but the people I tend to trust are all so split on Stephen King that I don't know what the fuck to think, so I just haven't even bothered trying.
Well, I kind of read them as the same way I would eat junk food. Is I don't really make a habit out of it, but it's fun once in a while. Like, early Stephen King stuff is pretty good. After he gets hit by a van, he just loses it. I gotta be honest.
Okay. Well,
Like, the first 4 books of the Dark Tower series are pretty great.
yeah. And then he got hit by a truck and he wanted to finish it before he died or
Van.
something. Whatever.
Oh, hi!
Hey, Stay Puft! Still... That was my phone, everybody. You still can't hurt Stay Puft quite yet.
Free s'mores for everybody from 54th Street to 5th Avenue. Happy Thanksgiving.
Here he goes. Big evil sailor.
You know you need a bungee cord for that, right?
Oh, not quite. Didn't make it. Hey, Ray, say 3 guys the size of your finger knocked you off the side of a 30-story building and you had to climb all the way
I don't
back
think
up
this
to the tower
only...
part.
It is
How
about
mad
30
would you be
stories.
at those 3 little things?
We were going up there
I
and
go with mighty piss.
said like 36. Whatever.
And throw in a sugar high, too.
That giant blue and white toy man thing, or whatever, is still
That's
coming.
about the most accurate description I've heard of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That isn't literally, he is a man made out of marshmallow.
You know, I think the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man pretty well sums it up. Also, I want to say I hate that woman's voice actor.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's not really fair, me. I mean, she's going up against Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray, and even though they're just phoning it in, they still blow them out of the water.
Yeah.
But,
Well, as long as you're
I don't know.
Would you see if you could knock off Mr. Sweetness?
Okay, so you finally can fight
Oh,
Stay
man.
Puft.
He just
So-
looks so sad right there.
The easiest way to do this is just to
Are you okay? You're all
repeatedly
strapped in.
boson
You
dart
got
him in
a
the
good
face.
tight grip on your belt. Here he comes.
He
The big
he
daddy
doesn't really
manifestation
do
himself.
all that
A
much.
raging blob of
Oh, I hope
dense
there was nobody in that
marshmallow.
helicopter.
Oh, boy. Melt
I
the
think
cheese.
there's
Give him
actually-
full screen.
You can actually see people jumping out right before he grabs the helicopter and parachuting down to safety.
There's not enough room to parachute here. The
Oh,
parachute
no,
wouldn't have
no,
floated
that's,
fully.
that's in the PS2 version. That's in the PS2 version. Never mind.
Alright, so we just killed, like, 3 people minimum.
I don't know. But yeah, occasionally he'll spawn mini Marshmallow Men from his fingers and blow marshmallow at you. It's really more of a slight distraction than anything. Other than that, just keep shooting at his face. And when he gets tired, boson dart him and he'll fall back down.
Is that his upset look? What do you think, Rick?
I'm not sure what happens if he ever gets close enough for for him to bite at you, because I'm not terrible at this game. So
Part of his face melts off, reveals a Terminator underneath. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
But yeah, this is one of the few bosses you don't actually trap. You actually do have to just completely drain his life bar, which isn't too hard. So it's about to happen actually. And
You've got him on the rope.
Here we go.
Buster. Land the last one so we can go home.
Oh.
You've killed my desire.
I love.
And that's how we do things downtown.
Ghostbusters 2. Gozer the Gozerian 0. Looking like a real big leaguer out there, champ.
Yep. I'm looking around New York. I have no idea if this is accurate to anything or not.
Thousands of fat
He's that
people
white
arrive on the
you're driving
scene.
through?
Timing's
Which is
off by
impressive
just
for New
a
York,
hair,
because
Egon,
not a lot of
but
New
we're
Yorkers
glad
are
the
actually
traffic's
fat,
working again.
considering it's a city where you walk around everywhere. That's how you can tell if somebody's a tourist or not, is if they're fat.
I guess I owe you guys my life.
She's clean.
How do you feel?
Pretty good. All extremely weird things considered.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I really don't like her voice actor. I never even thought of it until now.
Like I said, I don't know if it's just that she's doing a bad job at it, or that we're having to compare her to Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. I mean, who even on the best, or even on the worst of days, just blow everybody else out of the water.
Yeah,
My name's
I think
Alyssa,
that might be
Dr.
part of it.
Alyssa Selwyn. And
I am Dr. Peter Venkman. And that's Egon.
I love how awkward Egon is. He's like, I don't want to look
Uh-huh.
the girl in the eye.
Have you ever been involved in this type of quantum temporal rift event before?
a quantum what?
It's called arcing, a large pulse of psychic energy.
Actually, yes. I was at the museum.
Museum.
Pulsing blue light surged through the building.
Do you remember what happened there?
Actually, you know what? I've decided I do hate the voice actor.
The Sedgwick doesn't have a 13th floor.
It was pulling me like a magnet. I felt as though I was in a deep dream.
Yeah, definitely
I came
hate it.
to and ran
Here?
It's a
I mean, it's
temporary
not like
fix
she's
while I'm in
completely
town.
terrible.
I came to do
She's
some
just
research
completely
after I
average, and that makes me hate her
We'd like you to
because,
come to
you
our
know,
lab so we can run some
it's-
tests and ask you more questions.
you should have better. Why couldn't they just...
Here's your
Once
new
again,
job. Would you like to go out for Thai?
in a normal game, any other game, we probably wouldn't
Wow.
Yeah,
bringing this up. But
yeah,
That time you almost went
like,
45
even
seconds
then,
without saying something abrasive.
like, this game isn't,
Wanna try for a
like,
whole minute?
super fantastic.
A doctor, and a fiery one, too. Charming. So charming.
So for this level in the PS2 version, you start out in the basement, and in the basement you run into generators. You need to put the generators into the power source in order to open certain doors. Later on, there will be generators that ghosts have drained of their electricity. You need to hit them with the generators in order to restore the electricity to them before you can open the doors. Next up, there are mounds of marshmallow that you need to melt away with your proton stream. Aside from that, they don't act really any different from anything else in the PS2 game. One difference is, though, that being marshmallowed is the same exact thing as being slimed, it's just white instead of green, and it's a nice touch. Later on, there are these electrical enemies that come out of arcade machines. In order to defeat them, you need to first destroy the arcade machines before you try to destroy the ghosts. Otherwise, they'll just spawn indefinitely. There are also ghost doors. These are special doors that are locked with ectoplasmic locks, and in order to get them, you need to bust ghosts with keys. Once you bust the ghosts with keys on them, though, the door will automatically unlock and you can progress. There are also annoying paper enemies that act like a enemy in the PS3 version of the game we haven't seen yet. I'll explain those in the PS3 version because they act pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is you need to destroy the copiers before they will stop spawning. The gargoyles finally arrive on the roof of the building, and they don't act any different. The only difference is that you don't have a capture stream to slam them around, so it's just a matter of whittling down their health until they are destroyed. The battle against Stay Puft is usually pretty much the same. There's an intro part where you have to zap his hands with a boson dart, but aside from that, there's nothing really special. The difference between the actual fight is that eventually your proton stream does stop working, so you have to find a different way to hurt him. The way you do that is that he eventually starts ripping chunks of the building off and throwing them at you. You capture them in your proton stream and you drop them back onto him. You do this enough times and he will eventually fall to the same fate as he did in the PS3 version. That's all for differences this time, and I'll see you all next time.